Uh, Knox, is there not one other toy you can find? Okay. Buddy, is there... Okay, you've got 1,000 toys in this house. Ugh. He said, she said, I heard it through the grapevine. No static, got an automatic. Too much of anything makes you an addict. Teasing, squeezing, oh so pleasing. Bum, 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 bum. I gotta find... Get off me, dude. I got a funky, funky rhyme with a funky, funky style. I got a funky rhyme with a funky, funky style. I got a funky rhyme with a funky, funky style. All right, Knox, that's super annoying. Good morning, everybody. Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. It is Black Friday. Are y'all shopping? What are y'all doing? I took Olivia out last night. Oh, Knox, please. Really? Please? There's 1,000 toys in this house. Do you have to play with the squeaky one? You're very cute, though. I'm not going to lie. So I took Olivia out last night. We went to Best Buy and to Target because she was dying to see what all the hubbub was about. She got online at Best Buy because we had to buy something for Michael. And when she realized we were going to wait like an hour, she was like, this stinks. I was like, oh, you don't want to do it, do you? So anyway, this dog's going to drive me crazy. This squeaking is okay. Okay, let's play with this side. Look, this is an ear. Look, that has no squeaker in it. Anyway, I wanted to tell you guys. First of all, I ate way too much last night or yesterday. Way too, guys. Do you see this? Do you see this? What's happening here? Who's very confused? I'm not very confused. If you're talking about me, I'm not confused at all, actually. So anyway, I ate way too much yesterday. And I gotta put him out here. I can't do this. Come on. Come on. Here. Let's go. Okay. Okay. Much better. Squeaking was about to drive me crazy. Now he's going to squeak right outside my door. Seriously? Okay. So anyway, yesterday I ate way too much, but I feel like everybody does. And everybody, you know, it's so funny. We all love Thanksgiving food so much, and we only cook it once a year. It's so bizarre. My husband loves turkey, though. So every, like, few months, he'll make, like, a full turkey. Anyway, I ate a ton, but I don't care. I ate like 2 full plates of food. It was so good. I was so full at one point, I was mad at myself, but you know what? I already gained 5 pounds. Who cares? So I want to tell you this story, about a couple that was dating and they broke up, and she called me, and I know both of them. And we were talking about it, and they had only been dating for about 3 months, but she believed he had a ton of potential. I always say don't date for potential, because that's a surefire way to get your heart broken. But she believed he had a ton of potential and was trying really hard to communicate with him. about what she needed and what she liked and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, after 3 months of what seemed to be going well, he was always open to having conversation with her. He would listen when she would talk, and seem to be engaged and kind of absorb everything, take everything in, right? One of the things that she talked to him about, this is just one thing, so don't harp on this, but I just want to give you an example. She explained to him that his text communication was not enough for her. And she just said, you know, I don't expect us to be texting all day, but it does feel weird when I text you and you don't respond to me for hours. It's like, I know you're on your phone. I know you're doing things. It makes me feel slighted when you don't respond for hours. So he kind of took that all in and he was like, okay, I'll try to do better. And it was like little things along the way over the 3 months. And he seemed to be very receptive to all of it. Like, never really pushed back. She thought things were going well. No. Fine, shut the door. So she thought things were going well, and we've hung out with them a couple of times, and things seemed to have been going well. Oh my God. Fucking guys. What are you doing, you fool? Lay down. Guys. My dog just did a bump of Coke. Okay, what do you want me to tell you? So, all right. So anyway, after like 3 months, they went out. They went to like this new barbecue place, whatever. And things seemed to be going well. And they went back to her house. They had sex, whatever. And the next day, he texted her and was like, hey, when I get off work tonight, we need to talk. So she called me right away. She's like, what does we need to talk mean? I'm like, oh God, please don't read into this. We need to talk could mean anything. His mother's coming to town. He's going on a vacation. He's losing his job. I don't know. Could be anything. But you know, women here, we need to talk. It's like when someone rolls a grenade into the room. Mary always says that. Mary always says, when someone says we need to talk, it feels like someone rolled a grenade in the room and just left it there. I can't stand that. So I understand. I can't stand that, but we always think the worst, right? It's just by nature what we do. Anyway, so they meet. Okay, so one sign was he didn't pick her up. He said to meet him. And they met for a drink, and he basically said to her that he thought the relationship had run its course and that he really liked her, but you know, at this point it kind of went as far as it could go. And she was a little like caught off guard, and obviously her ego kicked in and she got defensive and didn't really understand why. So, you know, she called me after she left the restaurant, and she was very upset. And I said, you know, tell me what he said. And she did. She took me through it, and I said, okay. And interestingly enough, I am friends with him, so I called him and I FaceTimed him, because I think that sometimes somebody's face is more telling than their conversation. And when I FaceTimed him, he was sitting in his car and he laughed. He answered the FaceTime and he started laughing. And I said, why are you laughing? And he said, because I knew this was coming. And I said, what do you mean the relationship ran its course. What's going on? And she, of course, was like, he must have met someone else. You know, we weren't really dating exclusively. And, you know, she thought he met somebody else, right? So as he and I were talking, I said to him, why would you have sex with her? And then the next day, now it wasn't the first time they had sex. Let me make that clear. It's not like he slept with her for the first time and then broke up with her. No, no, no. They had been sleeping together for like 4 weeks. But I said, why would you have sex with her and then tell her you need to talk? He goes, because I can't make her happy. I said, what do you mean? She was happy. He goes, no, she wasn't. Now, you all need to listen to this, okay? I don't get a lot of insight into men's brains, but this was some insight. So what he proceeded to explain to me over the next 20 minutes was after they had had sex, they got up and were, I guess, making snacks or whatever they were doing. And she started talking about the holidays and gifts that she was buying for people and whatever. And he started to feel as if she had very expensive taste and that the expectation for her for gifts was very high. And he started to feel like she's setting him up to let him know that she wants an extravagant gift. Even though she wasn't talking about them, even though she was talking about her parents and her best friend and her sister, in his mind, he perceived it as, these are the types of gifts I'm used to, so don't disappoint me during the holidays. Now, you can't ever determine how somebody is going to receive what you talk about. She didn't mean him, but that's how he perceived it. And he makes decent money, but he doesn't make great money. And he's a little insecure about, you know, his income. Okay? And you can't ever slight a man for being insecure about certain things. Men just, they get weird about certain things, and no matter what you say, they are going to be insecure or feel a type of way about certain things, okay? Now, this was one example, okay? So I said to him, okay, so she was talking about presents. Big deal. And he goes, it's not just that. Every opportunity she had to communicate with me was another thing that she felt I could be doing better. And I said, what do you mean? Well, my text communication wasn't good. She wanted, she needed me to be more this. You know, she wanted me to be, he goes, every serious conversation we had was an opportunity for her to tell me how I could be better. And he goes, we've only been dating 3 months and like nothing was good enough for her. If I texted her once, she wanted me to text her twice. If I texted her twice, she wanted full text conversations while I was at work. Or, you know, she wanted me to notice things. She got mad when I didn't like pictures on Instagram. He's like, I'm not even really an Instagram dude. And he goes, I just got the feeling that she was grooming me to be the man she wanted me to be instead of taking the time to get to know the man I am. Now, y'all, that shit had my eyes wide open like this, because here we are as women thinking that the right step is to communicate and to let guys know what it is we want when we want it. We want to be big girls. We want to communicate. Like, look, dude, here's what blah, 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 blah. But what this man was explaining to me was every conversation we had was like a really nice one coming from a good place, but it was always, hey, here's how you could be a little bit better. Here's how this relationship could be a little bit more for me. So I'm thinking how, it's so interesting to me, a man's perspective, right? We think we're communicating something and they seem to receive it well, but they walk around thinking, damn, this girl isn't even trying to get to know me. She's just trying to groom me or shape me into the man she wants. And he was like, Jamie, I just feel like there are guys out there that text all day long, like every picture on Instagram, whatever, are super into buying gifts for each other. He was like, doesn't it make more sense for her to go out and find one of those guys instead of trying to groom me into being one of those guys? And y'all, I was like this on FaceTime. So I'm like, so what you're saying is her communicating with you made you feel like you weren't enough for her. And he said, yes. Every conversation we had was a conversation about her communicating about how I could be better. And he was like, look, I get it. I'm not a great boyfriend, but I like this chick and I was really trying. Y'all, I can't deal with this dog this morning. Knox, can you just lay down? So I was really, really, really trying to understand from his perspective how she could have been a better communicator. And he was like, she was a great communicator. She's a great girl. He said, but I'm clearly not the kind of guy she wants. Like, listen, it was very eye-opening for me because I really do take pride in my communication skills and the way that I try to communicate with Michael. But there is a chance that Michael feels like every time we communicate, it's just another way of me telling him he's not enough, that he's not a good enough husband. And I wonder if, I don't know, it was just so eye-opening. So anyway, when I called her back, this is the most eye-opening. Are you ready for this? When I called her back and explained, me too, Sandra. When I called her back and explained to her how he felt, she was shocked. But I like him so much. But he was fine. He was great. I just thought, and I just wanted, and I said to her, look what we do now as women. We communicate what we want. And when they say it's too much, when they say, yo, I can't give her that, we start backpedaling. Oh, but I don't really need all that. I just thought I was communicating. No, sis. I said to her, what are you doing, love? Now you're going to backpedal? Now you're going to go back to this guy and say, I don't really need all of that? Because I said to her, obviously, you felt insecure in the relationship. You somehow put texting and Instagram and all of that as validation for how much he likes you. You felt he didn't like you enough. You needed more. So you communicated that to him. And he's saying, look, listen, I really like you, but I can't text or Instagram anymore. And when you didn't get that, he did the right thing and said, okay, this isn't the right relationship for me. And now you're going to backpedal? Listen, I was like a damn tennis ball between these two. Okay? Wait, who said that? Cherie or Cherry? Cherie? You are not the only one, girl. There are so many of us out here dealing with insecurities that can put... Listen. When Michael and I were dating long distance, I told him from the jump, I will lose interest in this relationship if you don't engage with me. I get that you're not a big phone guy, but I live in California and you live in Birmingham. And if you're not going to text me or email me or talk to me on the phone, I'll be sleeping with somebody else in 6 minutes. Like Dougie Fresh, 6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes. I'm on somebody else. Because that's how I am. And Michael was like, okay, got it. He had to meet me halfway or it wasn't going to work. And it worked out for us because he made the effort. Now, I will say, that one thing I try to do is tell Michael good things about himself. So that every time I say I want to talk, it doesn't feel like I'm saying, I want to talk because you're not enough of a husband for me. You know what I mean? So I do try to have other conversations with him where I tell him how good he is and what he does right. Because men, you know, ladies, we can be harsh sometimes. I know we don't like to hear that, but sometimes every time we talk to a man, if it's just complaining, nagging, bitching, they're like, damn. You know, Michael's not on social media. He has no Facebook. He doesn't Instagram, and he only Twitters to read the news. So, you know, if I was waiting around for Michael to tell me how hot I looked on Instagram, shit, I'd be divorced by now. You know, but I know that about him. So it is what it is. I share this with you because it is so eye-opening to me that she was trying to communicate what she needed in the relationship. He received all of that, received it exactly the way it was intended, and realized he can't give this girl what she needs. He's just not that dude. He doesn't want to be texting all day. He doesn't want to be liking shit on Instagram. It's not who he is. And he said, I will meet a girl who doesn't need all of that. And he goes, Jamie, you don't need all of that. I said, I don't, but I'm like a different breed. Seriously. Michael and I, and by the way, I only don't need that with Michael. I can't tell you how I would be in a new relationship. That's the truth. Because I am so comfortable and confident with Michael, y'all. Michael could seriously not talk to me for 4 days and I wouldn't even think anything was wrong. But that's how I am with Michael. If I was dating somebody else, that may not be the same way. So, anyway, I explained it to her, and she said, all right, Daniela, you seriously have a serious question. Do you talk to Michael about how you realize he might feel that way as well? I don't know what way you're referring to. I talk to Michael about everything, though. So just so you know, I talk to Michael about everything. So whatever it is, yes. The answer is, I'm sure, yes. I talk to Michael about everything. There's nothing I don't tell Michael. Anything I tell y'all, anything I tell my girlfriends, anything I tell, Michael knows. If somebody came up to Michael and was like, do you know Jamie really mostly likes black men? He would be like, yes, I know that. Of course, she's my wife. Do you know Jamie blah, blah, blah? Yes, I know that. She's my wife. Do you know Jamie used to be a stripper? Yes, I know that. Absolutely. Do you know Jamie? Yep. Michael knows everything. There are no secrets between Michael and I, none whatsoever. Somebody said to me, how do you think Michael would feel if he found out you flew to Detroit to go to a Radiohead concert with a guy? And I said, who the hell do you think is watching my children, biatch? What, you think I snuck to Detroit to go see a concert? Fucking people, man. Michael knows everything. I don't keep no secrets from Michael. None. Sean, you're new to the crew, buddy. We're happy to have you here, but if you're going to spend your whole time trying to figure out why people are here, baby doll, this might not be the right place for you. Anyway, so here's how it ended. I want to tell you how it ended. She wanted to call him back and explain to him that she doesn't need all of the things that he perceived she needed. And I said to her, don't do it. Don't do it, because you will resent him. You will resent him. You will go back and say that you really don't need all of the things you know you do. And he will maybe say, okay, let's try it again. And you will get a month down the road with him, and you will be resentful. You will resent the fact that he takes 4 hours to return your text. You will resent the fact that you put these beautiful pictures of yourself on Instagram and he doesn't like them for days. It will eat you up inside. And she started to cry. And she said, why do I need these things? Why? And I said, who cares? If you need them, it is okay. It is okay to want to date a man who texts you back in a normal time frame. 4 to 6 hours is a long time. Not everybody wants to be waiting for that. You know, it is okay to want to date somebody that likes your pictures on Instagram. That is okay. You know, and it is okay to want to be able to talk about the beautiful gifts you're going to buy your parents for Christmas and not feel like the man you're dating is going to feel some type of way about it. Like, that is okay. And she was like, but I really liked him. I said, that's okay too. It's okay to acknowledge that you really like somebody that isn't right for you. And you will miss him, and you will second guess the needs that you have. But ladies, it is okay to want what you want and need what you need. My friends have very different needs. Adrienne needs nothing from me. Nothing. I know she loves me and I know she appreciates me, but she doesn't need anything. She's just like Michael. She's typical Aquarius. If I tell her I love her, she goes, thanks. It doesn't mean she doesn't love me too. It just means she doesn't need that. And if I put my self-worth in our friendship about what Adrienne gave me back, I would feel like Adrienne hated me. But I know she doesn't. I know she loves me very much. I know that I am so important to her and to her children and to her family. And I know I am one of her favorite people in the world. But I am confident enough in that to know it. If I needed Adrienne to be telling me that, or liking my stuff on Instagram, or texting me first, oh Lord, I would feel like garbage. Adrienne never texts me first. Never. Now Danielle, I get a lot more from. Danielle's a lot more affectionate. She always tells me she loves me before she hangs up the phone. She wants to see me, even if it's just to sit in her house and we just sit next to each other. Sometimes I hold her hand. Adrienne would rather chew her eyeballs than have me come sit in her house and hold her hand. Oh my God. That would be the worst thing I could do to Adrienne. Hey, I'm coming over just to sit next to you. She would be like, why? Are you dying? Danielle would be like, ooh, okay, we could have a cocktail. Come over. Hold my hand. Yeah. Danielle loves that. Adrienne? No. Nope. 0. Michael, too. Hey, babe, want to come in here and sit next to me? Why? Oh, because I love you. I want to sit next to you. No, I don't want to do that. You know, it's just, you've got to be confident in the relationships and friendships that you're in. And it's okay to say, thank you, Tanya Porter. It's okay to say like what you want and what you need. Every once in a while, I will call Adrienne and go, dude, do you even miss me? Do you even think about me? Do you ever wonder if I'm okay or like if I'm alive? And she's like, no, yeah, you're good. I know where you are. We're good. Now, Adrienne's turning 40 this year and she wants to go to Miami. Who do you think she wants to go to Miami with? This girl. Because she knows that we'll have the best time and I'll push her out of her comfort zone, and that's really what she wants. So, Lovey, what would you say if I said, just come sit next to me? Really? If I said, just come sit next to me, I just want you to sit next to me for an hour. For an hour. If I said, just come sit next to me, please, for 1 hour. Tell the truth. How long? What's like the time frame that you could? What if I wanted you to text me 10 times a day? Would you do it?
I could probably do it once.
Once?
One day.
Oh, for 1 day you could text me 10 times? What if I wanted you to get an Instagram account just so you could like my pictures and tell me how beautiful I look on Instagram?
You'd have to find another dude.
I'd have to find another dude. You wouldn't do that for me? What if I really needed that? What if like I really needed it, like to be secure? What?
You don't though.
Well, I don't, but what if I did? What if tomorrow I woke up and I was like, you never like my pictures on Instagram. You don't love me. Okay. See what I mean? It just wouldn't. But it doesn't mean he doesn't love me. I just had to learn to receive love the way Michael gives love. Once I got comfortable with the way Michael gives love, I was much more comfortable as a wife. But before that, I was like, we need to get divorced. Babe, how many times the first 5 years we were married did I say we need to get divorced? Daily. That is true. That is true. The first 5 years we were married, I was like, we need to get divorced. You don't love me. This isn't working. You're not attracted to me. He was like, what the fuck is your problem? And I couldn't feel loved the way that he loved. You know, I was used to men shoving their hands down my pants when we were dating. Michael's not that guy. He's never going to walk around my house shoving his hands down my pants. It's just not who he is. So I was like, well, if he doesn't shove his hands down my pants, he must not be attracted to me. He must not love me. He must not want to be married to me. And Michael was like, wait, so because I don't try to finger bang you in the kitchen while you're washing dishes, I don't love you? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, no. I don't know what kind of guys you dated before, but that's just not who I am. And I was like, oh, tell me more about that. Anyway, we got it figured out. I've been talking for a half an hour about this shit. I'm so sorry. I've now wasted a half an hour of your morning. Michael is an Aquarius. A very typical Aquarius. All right. I love you guys so much. Think about what we talked about today. Really, think about it. And think about what your expectations are in relationships, and if the things that you're asking for are really more about you, more about them, if there's a way that you can compromise. Yes, Joelle, I was the same way. And now I understand that that is not in no way a direct correlation between the way Michael feels about me. It's got, but I was like, I don't understand. If he's not trying to have sex with me all the time, then he must not love me. Turns out that's not true. Kimberly, I don't know if she's watching or he's watching, but I hope that they are. Anyway, I love you guys, and I hope this was eye-opening for some people. I think it was, because I was looking at the comments and people were really like, wow, I needed to hear this. Thank you, Michelle Howell. I appreciate that. There's a share button right there if you want to share this video. I love you guys so, so much. Have a great, great day. And if you go out on Black Friday, be safe. Love you guys.